You know, it's in focus because it's the record date for the ITC demerger is Jan 6, which means that it's the last day to buy ITC before the demerger. And Mahima will be joining us. Mahima, could you just tell us all we need to know about the FMCG giant and what stands for, you know, the demerger that's set to go, you know, that's set to be on the cards?
Absolutely. So, you know, I'll just start with the key details first. You know, the merger was with effect from 1st of January, but as you rightly mentioned, the X date will be 6th of Jan. So, since we have T+1 settlement, if you buy the shares today will be the last day to buy ITC shares in order to get allotment for ITC Hotels. Now, in terms of the ratio between the two, the investors will receive around 1 ITC Hotels share for every 10 ITC shares. Moving on to the key details in terms of the share price will be adjusted to provide the intrinsic value for ITC Hotels, and in terms of the deal structure, ITC will retain 40% ownership in ITC Hotels and remaining 60% will be in equal proportions to the shareholders. In terms of the ITC Hotels, what it does, what are the brands it operates under? In terms of the brands, there is Welcome Hotel, there is Mementos, there is Story, there is Fortune and Welcome Heritage. These are the brands under the ITC Hotels. In terms of the key hotels and the keys that it has, in terms of the current hotels, it has around 140 keys, it has around 12,965, and in pipeline are another 46 hotels, and this amounts to around 4,300 keys. But in their investor presentation, they've said that by FY30, the total number of hotels will reach to 186 and total number of keys will go up to 17,265. Moving on to the key strategy that is being adopted by ITC Hotels, they've pivoted to asset light model. So they're not going capex heavy when it comes to you know, managing hotels, and they're also expanding very fast in terms of the management contracts. So their hotels are getting into management contracts, and their management fee has grown at a CAGR of 21% over the last 5 years. In terms of the amount being given by ITC as a holding company, it will infuse 1,500 crore for the planned growth moving forward, and ITC Hotels will invest nearly 300 crore every year, that is around 8 to 10% of their total revenues via internal accruals. Moving on to the financials of the company, FY24, the revenue for ITC Hotels stood at 3,100 odd crores, the EBITDA stood at 1,666 crores roughly, and margin stood at 34.4. The PAT stood at 572 crore and EPS was 2.8 per share. This in H1 FY25, the revenue stood at 1450 crore, margin stood at around 31.7%. So margins have taken a slight hit, and PAT stood at around 227 crores. Moving on to the key metrics, the equity share capital will stand at 208.07 crore. The total net worth as of September 24 is around 7,818 crore, and ITC Hotels will account for around 9.5% of the total net worth of ITC. Moving on to the book value per share, it stands at around 37.57 per share. Now, in terms of valuations, that's an interesting picture. As per NDTV Profit estimates, the PE, that is the FY26 estimate PE stands at around 40 times, and EV to EBITDA stands at around 27 times. But Nomura has given it on a lower end. It is at 26.7 times PE, FY26 estimates again, and the EV to EBITDA will go to around 21.4 times. Now, considering these valuations, brokerage houses as well as NDTV Profit estimates suggest a range between which ITC Hotels will get listed. As per NDTV Profits estimate, the range of price at which it will get listed is around 130 to 172 per share, considering the lower band and the upper band. Nuvama has given a range of 150 to 175 per share, and Nomura has given it at a higher end, though their PE valuations were lower at 26.7 times for FY26 estimates, but their EPS growth suggests that the price will be around 200 to 300 per share. And lastly, in terms of its comparison to its peers, Indian Hotels still remains the largest player in the entire hotel space, in the listed space of course. It had recorded a revenue of 9,697 crore in FY24, followed by ITC, and then third largest will be EIH. And the margins for all of these companies are within the same range thereabouts. ITC around 36%, Indian Hotels around 33%, and EIH around 37%. So this is the overall view of all you need need to know about ITC demerger.
Thank you so much.